Hey everyone. So today I turned 32 years old. I'm taking a staycation from work right now to do this, because I wouldn't have the time otherwise. Everyone's real busy, you know. Life's coming at us pretty fast these days. But Socrates said that the unexamined life is not worth living. So I thought I'd slow down for a second and take a moment to reflect on some things, kind of what's been happening, where I've been, where I am, maybe where I'm going or not going. All my life there's been a clearly defined next step. Do this thing, and then in the next days, years, months, whatever, this will happen. Whether it's school or business. But for the first time really in my adult life, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Like about anything. But that's okay. Well, maybe it's a bad thing. It kind of sounds like it. You know, another millennial just kind of lost in a rip current, drifting further and further out to sea. But maybe it's not a bad thing. I used to obsess over how I got here and this narrative that I'm supposed to, make a big difference in the world, or any kind of difference. That probably came from playing video games a lot as a kid, where you got to just escape into this world of the silent protagonists from humble beginnings, who reluctantly accepts their destiny to save the village, the world, a girl, themselves, their progress, just save something. If playing those games taught me something, it's that life can have this mix of free will and predestination. And it's pretty elegant because, you can definitely be responsible for the choices you make and how they affect others in your day-to-day routines, but occasionally you will unknowingly trigger scripted events that the developer will put in there to kind of move the plot forward, move the story forward. Your story. You meet an old man. You cut down a tree, the right tree, the wrong tree. You pick up a flower in the middle of the road. You find a little doodad. But whatever it is, from that moment, things start to play out differently. So after high school, look at that fro. I really wasn't ready to go to college, but, we're told we need to go, so I did. What do you want to do the rest of your life? I don't know. But I went anyway, and I dropped out after a couple of years, and I went to live with my uncle as like an apprentice, like an editor's apprentice, you might say. And I was completely immersed in TV screens and film canisters and cables and DV tapes and long days and nights of making music and whatever else kind of multimedia we needed. Sound, images, video, whatever. I know I thought it'd be the start of this illustrious career as some kind of multimedia smith or techno-futurist or whatever. And as meaningful as it was back then, it just kind of seems like a long time ago now. So I went back to college in Louisiana for journalism. That was a hell of a time. Started writing for the school newspaper and the magazine and made some new and lifelong friends. Helped my buddy open a couple of restaurants. Went skydiving. Got a tattoo. Went to Mardi Gras a couple times. I fell in and out of love again. I got a camcorder. And I just started recording everything. In the process, I created this new persona for myself, Wanderjack. It's like this self-mythologizing, this fly-by-night lunar journalist who was crafting stories about Louisiana's dark side, as well as my own, discovering that in the process. And I don't know, I started to really believe in it. Really kind of created my own religion almost, with relics and codices and secret symbols. And I don't know. It was kind of like a video game again, I guess. Maybe the crystals could mean something. Maybe I could make them mean something. Maybe the tarot cards could kind of point me in the general direction of where I needed to go. Maybe the singing bowls could bring me closer to God with their celestial frequencies. And maybe the UFOs will finally start to reveal themselves and help us usher in this new era of understanding of what it means to be human. I'm still not sure about that one, or any of it really. Anyway, I left Louisiana, and I came back to Texas to be closer to my family, and to try to write a new chapter in my hometown. Maybe I could even find myself along the way. Well, I did find a cat. I got Omar as a kitten, and I spoon-fed him into adulthood.
Well, I'm about to get a kitty cat.
Today's his birthday, too. I think he turns 6 today. So we got a lot of good years ahead of us. He's my buddy. I got pretty lucky with him. Used to have another cat and a dog, too, but they live with their mom now. I miss them. So I came home looking for a job, and I found one. It was more like a new life. In the corporate world, at Radio Shack. It was my first big boy job. I thought I could climb that ladder all the way to the top. However long it'd take, I could do it. And that ladder took me around the country. All the way to the White House. Took me to some of my most creative highs and lows. And after every layoff, my boss would say, just keep doing what you're doing. And I did. To the very end. Gave it my best shot. Which, sometimes your best isn't good enough. That's okay. I guess the 3 corporate gigs I've had have all filed for bankruptcy, so maybe I'm the problem. Trying to balance that corporate life with this Wanderjack artist, whoever it was or is, it was exciting at first, but that duality definitely took its toll on me, my perspective at least, over the years, and sometimes I just kind of feel like I'm half-assing many things instead of whole-assing one thing. That's what Ron Swanson said. But I know I can't be either guy all the time, because I'm really not either one in the first place. I'm tired. On social media, we tend to present a very particular version of ourselves. And I have been doing that. Everyone does that. And it started, when I was first making those longer videos, like the Meanwhile in Texas video, or the Beautiful video. Those moving postcards, as I was calling them, I knew I had to make them. It was really important to me to get them out. I had to do it. Because only then would those memories have been worth having, or could they be immortalized? And that probably just comes from a place of wanting to preserve my privileged childhood, or the purest little part of me, or just have control over my life, or my narrative, my story, or at least the illusion of control over where my life is headed. Hey dude, what's up? I've been married, unmarried, fallen hard for someone else, and kind of just let go of, I guess. That one still hurts. There were definitely red flags, but you can't always see those through rose-colored glasses, which I will continue to wear and choose to see people in the world through. That's what I want to do. She really didn't believe in forever. She'd say, I've never seen it work, talking about marriage. But it does, if you want to see it work. And both my brothers are married, with kids, who I love. My friends are married. I'm not, but I'm also not a journalist, or a businessman, or an artist, or this Wanderjack person, or any of these other things. So it's who am I then after 32 years? Maybe I'll never know. I'm not going to stop searching or reevaluating these things. And it's going to come from a place of love. That much I do know. So out of all this, whenever I worry I haven't done enough, or won't be successful, or not who my dad and my grade school teachers thought I'd grow up to be, or worry that someone's mad at me, or isn't into me anymore, or how many brilliant people there are. They're so much better than me at every little thing I can do. None of that stuff really matters. I'm not competing with anybody anymore. Except myself, I guess. But besides that, everyone's just playing their own instrument, right? Speaking of which,